Just about. Thank you. Actually, looking at the seating plan and looking where everyone was sat, it was a bit of a headache for us. But actually, the way in which we did it was quite simple. We based the seating plan based on our wedding list, on our gift list. So the people who bought us the most expensive gifts are sat at the front, and the cheaper ones are sat around the back. That was a joke, by the way. But yeah, thank you for everyone for coming today, because it would have been awfully embarrassing had you not come. You know, with events like this, well, I say events, but for our wedding, it's quite easy to forget the reason why we're all here, amongst the champagne, the canapes, and the freshly carpeted marquees. It is very difficult to to forget why we're all here, and of course that reason is to love us. No, that's not really the reason. No, let me take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you for the first time, I add, officially, my beautiful wife, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Natalie and Simon. And this is the reason why we're all here. And I've got to thank everyone for their generosity. It's really been amazing and really overwhelming, and thank you so much for not just being here, but for everything else as well. I would like to thank the bridesmaids for being so beautiful today and for looking so good. Would you mind standing up, the bridesmaids? Would you mind standing up? These are the bridesmaids. There's Laura, Anna, and Christelle. And my ushers, for ushering people around. Ushers, would you mind standing up and just like kind of showing us yourselves? These guys have been these guys have played a very key role. Brad, Tim, and Ollie and Joe in getting people up hills and on buses and telling people to sit. You guys have been really good, so thank you so much. Tom is my best man today. Tom. And I think you'll agree he's done a reasonably fine job. No, Tom, it's been great. You know, I didn't have much hesitation in giving Tom the role of best man. In fact, I think he was actually one of the first people I told we were engaged, because I remember ringing him in Paris and telling him. So it's pretty hot news. I think actually we're at the airport flying back to Bristol, and I phoned him. But I didn't initially phone him and tell him he was best man. Initially, I gave it a couple of weeks to think it over. No, just to kind of settle down. And when I knew the time was right, I thought, okay, now is the time.
Maybe ask the guy over there.
Back to me, sorry. Yeah, I knew the time was right to tell him. So I left it a couple of weeks. I thought, okay, I'll tell him. So I tried phoning him. The phone rang. There was no answer. It went to voicemail as usual. But I left the voicemail. I said, "Hi Tom, it's me. You know, I have something really important to tell you." Sorry. Thing is, what I should mention is that I really wanted to tell Tom face to face rather than over the phone, because obviously, for those of you who don't know, but Tom lives in London and I live in Bristol, and at the time it was quite important for me to tell him to his face. So anyway, I left this voicemail. I said, "Hi Tom, it's me. I have something really important to tell you, and I'd like to do it face to face. So I was wondering if I could come to London this weekend and tell you. So it's really important. Just give me a call back." I heard nothing back for 3 days. So 3 days passed, and the phone eventually rings, and it's Tom, and I pick up, and I'm, "Hi Tom." He's like, "Hi Spud. How are you?" And I was like, "Fine." And in a slightly kind of subdued tone, "Are you sure everything's okay?" I said, "Yeah, fine." He told me he thought I was dying. But the thing is, he left it 3 days. I could have been dead by then. But no, Tom, I'm glad you could be here today. Not only could you be my best man, but you could also be here. I know how busy you are keeping rapists on our streets. That's something more funny out of my head. Sorry, for those of you who don't know, Tom is actually a barrister in London, and which always reminds me of what my mum said to me when I was growing up. She said, it's funny how you and Tom, you can both go to the same school, you can both be given the same opportunities in life, yet Tom becomes a barrister and you don't. I'm going to thank a couple more people. You might have seen a couple carrying a camera around taking pictures of everyone, and a guy with a video camera filming everything. If anyone knows who they are, do let me know, because I don't. No, I know who they are. But 9 times out of 10, I'm always asked the question. How old are you? As if I'm kind of slightly too young to be getting married, or I'm some sort of man-child who doesn't really know what he's doing. But actually, what I should say is that come this year, Nat and I would have been together for 6 years. It would be 6 years. And I always knew that I knew for a while that I wanted to marry her. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about how we met. And the first time we actually communicated to each other was kind of by accident. We were studying a module together, and it was called Youth Culture and Consumption, and we were in the same class together. And I can't remember exactly how we got onto this topic, but we started talking about the cultural aspects of dogging. Like, why dogging happens. But for the sake of the story. Why it happens and why people do it. And it was quite a heated debate. It was quite like an up-tempo sort of. It was a good debate. But Natalie, who's usually so loud and quite kind of vocal during seminars, was very quiet. And our teacher, his name was Rayhan. He said to he stopped the debate and he said, I take it everyone here knows what dogging is. And Natalie raised her hand and she said, I don't know what dogging is. And again, it's funny how things work out, but he said, the teacher said to me, Simon, would you care to explain to Natalie what dogging is? And so I explained it, and I guess that our kind of relationship went from there, dogging us together. But not in that way.
Can we know what it is?
You don't know what it is?
No, we don't.
Really?
Say it on the microphone.
You don't know what dogging is? Would you like me to explain what dogging is? Dogging... This wasn't in the script, this really wasn't in the script. You can ask Natalie after, she's an expert in exactly what... Let me, this is going on a bit, I know everyone's quite hungry, right, so... Okay. So we had our first kind of chat, and actually, I say our relationship started, but a couple of weeks went by, and Natalie and I kind of bumped into each other on a night out. She was with her friends, I was with my friends. I say friends, none of them are actually here today. No, but no, you were part of Natalie's friends. We were quite separate. Stop interrupting me. Shut up. Alright, okay. Anyway, we're I have no idea where I am. Okay, so we met each other in a night out, and you know, I thought it's a dogging girl from my course. I'll talk to her, and I always kind of, although like I said we spoke to each other, I didn't really know. I was always curious to find out where her accent was from, because I had no idea where she was from, and I asked her the question what I get asked a lot myself throughout my life, which is what are you? And I remember her words very, very well. It was she said, you know, I don't consider myself one particular nationality in particular, but rather I consider myself international. And I thought, someone like me. And when I found out her dad was a conductor, that was very, very exciting. I thought this is one of the most kind of amazing jobs in the world, and it's no great secret of how much I love buses, so. So, look, just to round off, I'd like to thank everyone for obviously coming today again. I'd like to thank, Gabrielle, Mariah and Benny for working me into their family long before today. I do feel like, although we're not blood related, I do feel like one of you, and I thank my parents for their kind of love and support, for giving me everything I've ever wanted, and it really means the world to us that everyone could be here. And I take, Gabrielle, everything you said in your speech very seriously, and I look forward to the future. I look forward to kind of starting a family and being one family together. So to round off, I would like to raise a glass and raise a toast to the future. To the future. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Cheers. Thank you.